Hello everyone, am I audible?
Good evening, madam. You're audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So please wait for a couple of minutes. I'll share my screen. So today is our open session for week 3. So my plan is to ask some of the doubts, to cover some of the doubts from activity and practice assignment. So we'll start with practice assignment.
Hello.
So whatever,
Excuse me,
yes,
ma'am.
yeah.
Ma'am, please take a doubt today for activity wise, ma'am. First, you take a doubt from activity, then go to practice assignment.
Yeah, that's all okay, fine. So let's start with activity 3.1. So is there any doubt from activity 3.1? I'll share my screen and then we can discuss that question. My screen is visible, right?
Yes, madam.
So let's start with 3.1. Any doubt from activity 3.1?
No, ma'am.
Anyone? If you guys have doubt, just mention question number in the chat box. Because see, there is no
Yes,
point
ma'am,
if
I
I
have
solve each
doubt
and
in
every question.
practice assignment.
Yeah, so we'll go to practice assignment at the end. So we have started with activity, so let's complete the activity questions first, and then we'll move to practice assignment.
Okay, great.
Okay. So if there is no doubt, you guys can just thumbs up and I'll know.
Just
Okay,
take
so
the
there
question
are only
number
3
3.
questions. Question number 3. Okay, so for the function y is equals to x square plus 10x plus 1, determine whether y has a minimum or maximum value and identify it from the options given below. Okay, so here it's kind of obvious that see, y is a quadratic function and we know it's a parabola. So for a parabola, if it's an upward parabola, then that parabola will possess minimum value at its vertex, right? And if it is a downward parabola, then that parabola will possess maximum values at its vertex, right? So in both cases, minimum value at its vertex. So in both cases, so we will have maximum or minimum value at vertex only. So we know that if parabola is given by this expression, ax square plus bx plus c, and if the value of a is strictly greater than 0, then it's an upward parabola. And value of a, if value of a is strictly less than 0, then it's a downward parabola, right? So here, what is value of a? So here a is nothing but 1, which is strictly greater than 0. So we know that it's an upward parabola. So we know that for an upward parabola, it is possible to have a minimum value at its vertex. Okay, so that means this option is get discarded, this option also get discarded. And this is also discarded, that neither maximum nor minimum value exists, because we know that if it's an upward parabola, then obviously minimum value exists. So it means since we have discarded 3 options, this option necessarily true. It must be true.
If x a must be less than 0, then it will be downwards parabola, right?
Downward parabola and maximum
So
value
maximum.
will be there. But here a is 1, right? The coefficient of x square is 1. That's it. Okay. Any doubt from activity 3.2?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, question number 2 and question number 3.
Okay. So question number 2 says, so Dev and Ananya brought 20 toys together. So from these 20, Dev lost 3 and Ananya lost 4 toys. Okay, so product of the current number of their toys is 42. So can you form an equation for Dev to know how many toys did he have initially? So let us assume that Dev has initially X number of toys. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll construct an equation given the information. So here it's already given that let us assume that Dave initially has 8 number of toys. Okay, so it says that Dave and Ananya brought together 20 toys. So if initially Dave has X number of toys, then obviously initially Ananya will have 20 minus X number of toys, correct? So from these 20 toys, Dave lost 3 toys. So now Dave lost 3 toys and Ananya lost 4 toys. So that means 20 minus x minus 4. So which is nothing but 16 minus x toys. So product of the current number of toys is 42. Okay. So 20 toys together. So product of current number of their toys is 42. So it means x minus 3 and multiplied by 16 minus x is 42. So now can you form an equation for Dave to know how many toys did he have initially? Okay, so it doesn't matter. We just have to multiply these two equations. So what we get? We will get minus of x cube and then, minus of x square. Minus of x square, 16x and plus 3x, that will be 19x. And we have minus of 16 multiplied by 3, 48 is equals to 42. So that means minus of x square plus 19x and minus of 42 will be there is equals to 0. So we know that it's 90. Minus of 90 is equals to 0. So is there any option? Do we have any option?
Ma'am,
So we
please
have
repeat again for this question, ma'am.
Sorry, what?
Repeat these steps again, ma'am.
Yeah, so see, first of all, we have to assume that Dave initially had X number of toys. Okay, and in the first line, it's given that the total number of toys is 20. So if Dave has X number of toys, then Ananya must have 20 minus X number of toys. That's correct. Now in the second line, it says that Dave lost 3 toys. Okay, so now he lost 3 toys. So that means X minus 3 is the current number of toys Dave has. And Ananya lost 4 toys. So that means 20 minus X minus 4 toys now Ananya has. That means 16 minus X. This is the number of toys Ananya
20
had.
minus x minus 4.
Yeah, because she lost 4 toys, na. So initially she had
Okay.
20 minus X toys.
Okay,
and
okay,
then
then
minus
minus
4
4.
we have to do. Correct. So that means 16 minus X is the current number of toys Ananya had. So now in the second line, it's given that product of the current number of toys is 42. So this is the current number of toys these two guys have. So that's why product is 42. And now just multiply the product. So we'll get minus of x square plus 19x minus of 90 is equals to 0. And since this option is given, so that's why the
Okay.
first. You
Easy.
don't have to go. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Then question number 3, na?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So in question number 3, so what is there? So a representation of the following problem. Represent the following problem in the form of equation. So a medicine manufacturer produces Y number of vaccine every day. So the manufacturing cost of each vaccine is 100 plus the number of vaccine manufactured on the day. Okay, so that means if Y is a number of vaccine, Y is a number of vaccine manufactured that day. So then what is this? The manufacturing cost of each vaccine is 100 plus the number of vaccine. So that means if you manufacture one vaccine, then the cost is nothing but 100 plus the number of vaccine manufactured on that day. So if we are assuming Y is the number of vaccine manufactured on that day, so then the cost of one vaccine if you manufacture, then you have to spend 100 plus Y, this much. This is the cost of one vaccine for manufacture. Okay, now it says on a particular day, the total number of manufacturing cost is 10,000. So if for one vaccine, this is the cost, then for Y number of vaccine, what will be the cost? Y multiplied by 100 plus Y. Right? So this is the cost of that day. And what is the cost given to us? So it says that the cost is nothing but 10,000. So that means Y multiplied by 100 plus Y is nothing but 10,000. So this is our equation, which is Y square plus 100Y is equals to 10,000. Is that okay? Any doubt in this question?
Repeat again these steps, ma'am.
Sorry, what?
Ma'am, repeat again these steps, ma'am.
Yeah, so see,
Why-
initially, so Y is a number of vaccine manufactured in one day. Okay, so suppose you brought some company and you manufacture 20 vaccines. So suppose Y is 20. Okay, so now he say that cost of each vaccine is determined by how many number of vaccine you made in that day plus 100 rupees. Okay, so if you manufacture 20 vaccine, then the cost for manufacturing one vaccine
ma'am, what represent
Yeah.
Y number of vaccine
manufactured in a particular day.
particular day? Okay.
Huh. Okay, so it says in the second line, the manufacturing cost of each vaccine is 100 and plus number of vaccine manufactured on that day. So if we are making 20 vaccines, then the cost of each vaccine at that particular day will be 20 plus 100 because we are manufacturing 20 vaccines. That's why here in place of 20 we have Y. So cost of each vaccines mean cost of one vaccine is 100 plus Y that day. Okay, and what is the manufacturing cost? So we know that if we manufacture one vaccine, then the cost is 100 plus Y. So if we manufacture Y number of vaccine, right? So if you manufacture two vaccine, then the cost will be 2 and 100 plus 2, because here we have to add number of vaccine manufactured on that particular day. Okay, so that's why here the cost of the whole day is Y multiplied by 100 plus Y. Is that clear?
Ma'am, Y
Understand
represent
the wording.
hello ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, Y represent number of vaccine manufacturing per day, or 100 plus Y represent the manufacturing price for one vaccine, and Y into 100 plus Y what will represent, ma'am? Cost of one
So
day for manufacturing a vaccine.
cost of that day, manufactured cost in that particular day, because number of vaccine multiplied by cost, right? So that will be the cost of that particular day.
Number
And it's
of
given there.
vaccine is already we are taking, right? Y.
Yeah, so Y is the number of vaccine and plus the cost. This is the cost now. Cost is also
Okay.
dependent on number of vaccine.
Cost
That's
and
the thing.
cost and number of vaccine then multiply and find the final cost of per
Correct.
day.
So that's the cost of a day.
So why are we
And cost is
multiplying
given is
by
10,000.
Y again?
Yeah, see, cost will be what? So for one vaccine, you have to spend 100 plus Y, right? That
Okay.
much is the cost for one vaccine. And if you are
Oh.
manufacturing Y number of vaccine, then the cost will be Y
Yes,
multiplied by the
multiplied by
cost.
that.
Correct. So that's it. Okay, is that clear?
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, please stay 1 minute, ma'am. I noted that question.
Okay, fine. Okay, so any other doubt from this activity? I think all they are not that. Any doubt from activity 3.2?
Ma'am, question number 1. Banana.
So I'll just erase this one. So question number 1 says the curve of the surface of a banana as shown in figure 2 can be described using the equation y is equals to something. An ant shown in the blue color in the figure 2 is walking from one end of the banana to another end. So what will be the x coordinate of an ant's location once it reaches the vertex of its graph? So you know that vertex, how you can find out the vertex of a parabola. So what is the formula for finding x coordinate of a vertex?
Minus B plus minus B.
Minus b by
minus
2a.
B
This
plus
B by
1.
2.
minus b by 2a
2a
is the x coordinate for vertex. Okay,
Okay.
vertex and
And for
zeros are
minus B by
different.
2a.
Zeros means yeah. So here it's kind of easy. Minus b is, that means minus 2 by 2 into 1, right? Because the value of a is 1. So that means x is equals to minus 1. This will be the x coordinate of vertex. Clear?
Okay. Ma'am, for slope is also like B by 2A.
Correct. So slope is also, because what happened, the slope of a parabola is determined by this particular expression, 2ax plus b. This is the slope at point x. Slope at point x. And then what happened when we go to vertex? Sorry, equation right means?
For this formula for slope we use only for when this quadratic equation is given.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
for this quadratic. Otherwise it differs.
Ma'am, otherwise, what is the formula? Can you tell all the formulas for slope
It
in terms and
actually
condition?
computed by derivative. So if you find out the first derivative, that is the expression for slope. But since we are in a
Okay.
quadratic one, so we just have to remember this formula, 2ax plus b.
Okay.
Okay, this is the first derivative. If you know the differentiation, then if
Ma'am,
you
y coordinate
differentiate, y coordinate will be just the you have to
4a by
substitute the values. F of minus b by 2. This will be the y coordinate. Whatever parabola is there that you have to compute.
Okay. ma'am.
Okay. You guys have covered these things in theory, right?
Yes, ma'am, covered, but just
Yeah, fine. So let's go to activity 3.3. So any doubt in this activity? 3.5 course question, okay. Any doubt in activity 3.3?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so in between, if you find any doubt, then we can come back. Activity 3.4, any doubt in activity 3.4?
Ma'am, first question.
Ma'am, first question.
First question, ma'am.
First question, okay. So a stone is thrown with an initial speed u as shown in the figure. So the height of stone's trajectory above the ground is h of t is given by this particular expression. So here t is a time of flight. So if the highest point in the air that the stone can reach is 5 meter above the ground, then calculate the initial speed u. Okay, so here it's given that the highest point is 5 meters. So that means, so the highest point in the air that the stone can reach is 5 meters. So that means we know that it's following the parabola, right? It is following the parabola and it's a downward parabola because of minus 5, right? So it's a downward parabola, it's following a parabola. So at highest point, the distance here is 5 meter, right? So we know that whatever distance here is covered is the y coordinate of vertex. So that means 5 meter is the y coordinate. So that is 5 meter is the y coordinate of our vertex. Okay, so we can use the expression of parabola to get something about the vertex, right? So we know that if parabola is given in this form, then we know that x coordinate of a vertex is given by minus b by 2a. Okay, so here what is b? So b is 1 by 2 multiplied by u, right? So here the parabola is given in t form. So t is our variable and whatever quantity is assigned with t, that is our p, right? So we know that y is equals to ax square plus bx plus c. So instead of x, here we have t. So that means at square plus bt plus c. So here b is whatever we have with t.
Excuse
So
me.
with t, we have u by 2. So minus u by 2 into twice of a. So into 2 and the value of a is minus 5. Okay, so minus minus get cancelled. So u upon 20. So this is u. Huh? Is that clear so far? This is the x coordinate.
No, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, please repeat again. Ma'am, 1 by 2 represent the ma'am b.
Yeah, 1 by 2 u with u.
Okay,
Hmm.
with you.
Because
Ma'am,
see, whatever we, yeah.
this is a 4,
Mhm.
ma'am, minus 4 by 2. Yeah, minus
4
u
no,
by
no,
2.
this is u. This is u.
Okay, u by 2.
See here with u by 20 we have. So
You
u by 2
multiply
is
by
our
1.
p.
Ma'am,
See.
you multiply by 1 by 2.
U multiplied by 1 by 2 is the value of b. So here minus is there. The value of b is u multiplied by 1 by 2. So u by 2 we can write. This is u. Okay. And 2 multiplied by a. So a is minus 5. So minus minus cancel out. This 2 also come into denominator. So we have u by 20. Okay. And this is the x coordinate. And given information is y coordinate of a vertex is 5 meters. So we have to find the y coordinate. So the y coordinate of vertex is h of u by 20. So instead of t, we have to substitute u by 20. So this is equal to minus 5 into u square by 20 square. So I'll write 20 multiplied by 20 and then plus u by 2 multiplied by u by 20. Okay, so this is your h of 20, and it's given that h of 20 is h of okay, I have to erase this.
Ma'am,
So it
what
is given
represent by
that,
H?
sorry, what?
What represent H?
H is a height function. So instead of f, they have written h. Nothing but
Ma'am,
height function.
that's any formula you are generally use for H into U by 20.
No, no, no. There is nothing. It's already given in the question that we have to assume this function. That's why. Nothing special about it. Okay. It is already given that assume this function as your height. That's why we are doing this stuff. Okay. So it's nothing but
Ma'am,
minus of
why
5
you
u square.
use U square?
Because in place of t, I have to substitute u by 20. Where x coordinate of vertex is u by 20.
U
So I
by
am finding
20.
out. Yeah, we get u by 20 na minus b by 2a. If you compute minus b by 2a, you will get u
No,
by
ma'am, no,
20.
ma'am. U by 20 put in the equation, ma'am.
So substituting
Okay,
in the
okay,
equation,
okay,
then
okay,
only we'll
okay.
get y coordinate, correct?
Okay.
So it will be minus 5 u square by 20 multiplied by 20, so it's 400. And then again plus u square by 2 into 20 is 40, correct? I'll try to simplify it. So this is equal to, so if you compute the LCM, also what is given to us, given to us is that the y coordinate of vertex is 5. That means 5 is equals to minus 5 u square by 400 and plus of u square by 40. So which will implies if I compute the LCM will be 400. And here I'll get minus of 50 u square plus u square is equals to 400 multiplied by 5. Okay, so this is nothing but, have I done any calculation mistake? So stone, so the height trajectory of stone is this. Here t is the initial height. If the highest point in the air, the stone can reach up to 5 meter above the ground. So yeah, so if the 5 meter
Ma'am,
is the height, so then yeah.
मैम here is a मैम 10 u होगा मैम minus 15 ही होगा 5 minus u
Oh, okay,
plus
okay, हाँ. No, what?
मैम last step
हाँ, minus 50 u square plus u square होगा ना?
no मैम LCM is a 400 after dividing
Mm-hmm.
400 is 1 then you multiply by 5 is equal to 1
Yeah, sorry. Right. So I have a 5, that's why I was
yes
thinking I
ma'am
have done some calculations. So here minus, yeah, because LCM is 400, so we don't have to multiply anything in this term. We have to multiply 10 in this term, so plus of 10 u
yes
square.
ma'am
That is correct. So now it will be 5 u square is equals to 400. So that means u square is equals to 400 multiplied by 5. So 5 get cancelled out. U square is equals to 400. So that means u is equals to plus minus of 20. But we will discard it minus 20 because option is not given. Minus 20 is not given in the option. So we'll take 20. So 20 is the answer.
Excuse me,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
So I'll
what is
repeat this.
ma'am?
Yeah.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Mine.
Ma'am,
Yeah, just go one by one.
ma'am, U by 2 upon 2 into minus 5. How to U by 20 will become, ma'am? 5 into 10 or 5 into 2 equal to 10, ma'am. How
Yeah,
20?
but u by 2 is there, na? So if you take that into denominator, you will get u by 20.
2
So
come in a
x
denominator
is
and
minus
multiply.
b by 2a. Yeah. So minus of u by 2 into minus 5. So minus minus cancel out. You will get u by 2 into 10. But this 2 also came into denominator, so u by 20. And if you compute h of u by 20, you will get something like 5 of u square. Right. So something 5 of
Ma'am,
u square by 400 you will get. And it's
ma'am,
given that
B
it's 5. So yeah.
B is half, right?
Which d?
B minus B by 2a, but B is
Yeah.
half 1 by 2.
B is not half, B is u by 2. Because with t, it's given that 1 by 2 u into
So it
t.
must be
So
UT by
whatever
half,
quantity is there.
UT
So
by 2.
it's u by 2.
U by 2.
Not,
Then U is multiplied by 1.
No,
what?
okay, that I get. But if U is there, so T's must be there, right? UT by 2.
No. See here variable is t, u is something which is unknown to us. and the function is
Okay.
given in t. See here, h of t is written, right? So whenever we write f of x, x is our variable. So here h of t is written, so here t is your variable. So we know that parabola written in this way, ax square plus bx plus c. So here it is at square plus bt plus c, right? So
Okay.
whatever is there with t, that is our b. So here in place of b, we have 1 by 2 of u. Is that clear?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
And then y
So x
coordinate is given
coordinate
to
by
5 meter.
u by 20.
Right. So x coordinate will become u by 20 and the y coordinate will become minus 5 of u square by 400 if you calculate it. And then you will get two values of u plus minus 20. So we will select plus 20 because minus 20 is not q.
And
Is that
y
correct?
coordinate, how
Okay.
did you calculate?
Sorry?
Y coordinate, how did you calculate?
Just substitute the, in place of t, just substitute u by 20. You will get your
Okay.
answer. Okay. Fine.
Then we add both.
Just do the calculation. It's an easy calculation.
Okay.
Okay. Any other doubt from this activity? Is that clear? There is, see, conceptually, this question summarized in 2 points. First of all, the value of b is u by 2. That means 1 by 2 multiplied by u. From that, you have to calculate the x coordinate of vertex. That will be, with that we get u by 20. And from the question, it's given that the highest point in the air the stone can reach is 5 meter above. So that means y coordinate is 5. So we will calculate the y coordinate of vertex by substituting in place of t, we
Excuse me, ma'am.
substitute u by 20.
Hello.
Yeah.
Ma'am, ax
Yes, sir.
square plus bx. T like a bx, no, ma'am. Bx, t like a bx.
No. See here, h of t is
On
given.
u by. Excuse me, ma'am. Please listen. U by 2 like a b and x like a t.
Right. U by 2 like b and x right t.
Ma'am,
Because function is given in t. That's why.
excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, change this equation. Put the t equal to ma'am arrow करके ma'am is equal to x. Then everyone can me understand.
Yeah, but see, that subtractment you have to accept now. In place of x, if t is given, then you should be okay with it. Okay.
Yes,
It's
ma'am. But
just a
just
variable. You have to
example,
understand the concept.
we could not understand them.
So yeah, you can write it down in x also. 5 of minus 5 of x square plus 1 by 2 times of u of x. Now, is that okay? So this is our b. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So whatever is here now, whatever f of x is there, f of t is there. So these are known to be variables. Okay. So we write function in form of variables. For example, the parabola's expression is written in y is equals to ax square plus bx plus c. So this y also can be written as f of x. Okay, so this is a function. It is written in a variable x. Now, why we say them to be variable? Because the value of x and y varies according to your parabola. So, for example, for some parabola, the value of x is 2. That's why we sometimes want to find out the values of variables. Okay. So now you guys have to adopt that in place of x, we can write t also. Is that okay?
Ma'am, when we put u by 20 in a equation and substitute in a equation, we can get u equal to plus minus 20.
Right.
Okay.
Because square root we have to take. So whenever we take square root, we consider both cases, plus and minus also. And then we can discard minus 20 because it's not an option. Yes.
Ma'am, already we've been given that like 5 meter as like the y coordinate of the vertex, right? So why exactly are we like putting like u by 5 or u by 2, I think?
Yeah,
in
because
x, right?
our goal is to find out u. So we will find such an expression which involve u. So we get that if we find x coordinate of a vertex, we get something in terms of u, right? So if you find y coordinate, then also we get something in terms of u.
Ma'am, we have
Then
to
we can
solve.
equate that to 5 meter.
After finding, we have to solve, find out the value of u, right? We have x
Right.
coordinate, we have y coordinate. U by 20 plus 5u square by 400.
Right. So
Ma'am,
at the
u
end,
by
we get
u.
one expression involving u.
Ma'am,
Okay,
u by
I'm
20
doing.
is a x coordinate, ma'am.
U by 20 is x coordinate. Y coordinate, we have get some 5 of u square by 400. This is
Yes,
your y coordinate.
and we have
And it's
to
given
add
that
both
y
of them.
coordinate 5. So we'll just equate it with 5. So now we have some expression involving u. That's our goal, to find an expression involving u, because we have to calculate u. Okay.
We are putting 5u square by 500 equal to 5.
Right. 400 equal to 5. Because this is the y coordinate we got, and this is the
Okay.
information given to us.
Highest
Okay.
point in.
Okay. If you still have doubts, just try to solve it by yourself. You will get the idea. Any other doubt from this activity, activity 3.4? Because
No.
this question involves only two concepts. What is the y coordinate of vertex, and
Ma'am,
how you
just
can
can
solve
you
that
solve
equation.
u by 20
Sorry, what?
plus 5u square by 400 equal to 5 again? Just
So see, 5 of u square by 400 is equals to 5. So we can cancel out 5. It means u square is equals to 400. 400, so that means u is equals to plus minus of 20, because under the root plus minus of 400 is same as plus minus of 20. Correct?
no, when we plus u by 20 and take LCM of both, which is 400, then it become 20u.
Can you solve this question again, ma'am?
No, just last part. Put the value x and y equal to 5.
Ma'am, I have
From
doubt
there
in the
you can
last
solve.
part, ma'am.
So what is your doubt? It's kind of obvious, right? See,
It's
if you
calculation
find out
this.
y coordinate,
I can't understand the calculation formula last time.
see, we have to find out h of u by 20. So this is same as minus of 5 into u t square we have to do. That means u by 20, the whole square we have to do. And plus 1 by 2 into u by 20, and u is there, right? 1 by 2u into, in place of t, we have u by 20. So if you solve this, it will be minus of 5 into u square by 20 square. So 20 square is 400. Plus, again, u and u is there. So it's again 20 square. 2 into 2 will be 400. Now, if you take LCM, the LCM will be 400. This term will be as it is. And now plus 10 multiplied by u square. Why 10? Because 40, if you divide 400 by 40, you'll get 10. So that's why 10 u square. So here we'll get 5 of u square by 400. And it's given that this is equal to 5. So that means you can do in either way. So 5 of u square is equals to 5 into 400. That means u square is equals to 5 into 400 by 5. So 5 cancel out. That means u square is equals to 400. So 400 can be written as 2 into 2 into 10 into 10. Right? So if you take square root, these two will make pair and it will come out. So plus minus 20 will get. Okay. So this is an easy calculation. Is that okay now? So what is the confusion in this calculation?
I'm just putting the values. Now sorted.
Okay, so if you are putting the value, you have to put the value of u here. Okay, here if you substitute in place of u 20, we'll get 5 into 20 square by 400, which is nothing but 5 only. Then you will get. If you substitute the value of u anywhere else, I don't think you will get the same answer.
Yeah, I am doing u plus 20 plus 5u square by 400 equal to u. That's where
Okay, in place of 5, you put u.
Yes.
Okay, fine. It happens actually. Any other doubt from this activity? Activity 3.4.
No, ma'am.
Okay, so now it's. So I'll come to you, Sagar, about your question, okay? After some time, we can discuss. Let's go to the next activity, 3.5. There is one doubt from 3.5, I guess. 3.5, fourth question. Okay. So a football player. Sorry, what?
Ma'am, first question. Please take
First question.
question.
Okay, so let's start with first. So the slope of line which passes through the vertex and the y-intercept of the quadratic equation is, so see here what you have to find out. You have to find out the slope of a line which passes through the vertex, Okay, and the y-intercept of this quadratic equation. So we can find out the vertex. So what will be the
Ma'am,
vertex
why minus 5 is not
coordinates?
correct, ma'am?
Minus b by 2.
Minus b by 2.
Oh, so you are getting the wrong answer. Okay, so let's see. So minus b by 2 is there. So that means minus 10 by 2 is there. So minus 5 is the x coordinate. And we have to also find the y coordinate. So y coordinate will be minus 5 square will be 25 minus of 50 minus of 5. Right? Please let me know if I have done any wrong calculation. So minus 30 is the y coordinate. So this is our vertex. Now y-intercept I have to find. So y-intercept means that value of
0, minus 5, ma'am. I guess.
correct. Sorry, what?
0, minus 5.
Right. 0, minus 5 is the y-intercept. Because if you substitute 0 here, x is equals to 0, we'll get minus 5 only. So now we have to find out the slope of a line which passes through these 2 points. So you know that the formula of slope is y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So you can treat any of the point as y1, y2, x1, y2. So I'll take x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay. So in the numerator, we have y2 minus y1. So that means minus 5 minus of minus 30 upon x2 minus x1. That means 0 minus of minus 5. So this will become minus 5 plus of 30 and upon 5. So which is nothing but 25 upon 5. So the answer is 5. Is the wrong option is given?
Ma'am, how did you get a y1 minus 30? Can you just...
Yeah. So see, y2 is, I'm treating minus 5 as y2. So minus
Okay.
5 we have, and now minus is sign is by the formula, and we have y1 is minus of 30. The y coordinate of vertex is minus of 30.
Where it is?
Okay, if you,
Ma'am, 0, minus 5, how to get, ma'am?
and again x2 is 0 and then minus by the formula, and the value of x1 is minus 5. So minus 5. So minus minus will become plus, this is minus, and again minus minus will become plus. Okay.
Hey, I'm just
Still
asking.
confused?
Yes, minus y1 minus 30, which is... How did you get?
So you want me to re-change the y1, y2?
No,
Yes, I
ma'am.
want to just tell
Ma'am,
how did you get
how
y1?
you reaching, ma'am, 0, minus 5, ma'am? I'm confused this
So
system.
the x2 is 0 na here, this is 0. So you have to find the point coordinate points, right? So if y-intercept is given, y-intercept is that point where parabola intersecting
You can
y-axis.
put 0, you can put 0 on the equation, then you get a minus 5. F
Yeah,
of 0.
correct.
F of 0. Okay. I get.
Because that's how we find out the y-coordinate na. Y-coordinate, the x point is 0 and whatever value is there, that is what we want to find. So for finding f of 0, we have to substitute. So in place of x, you substitute x is equals to 0, we'll get minus 5. Okay, fine.
Yes,
See,
ma'am.
if you are, one thing I want to tell, if you are facing asking doubts in English, we can also talk in Hindi regarding to your doubts. You can ask doubts in Hindi too. Because sometimes what happen, if we want to जब हमको कुछ express करना होता है, कुछ और वो express हो जाता है. Okay. So if that will be
Ma'am.
also, I mean, that is also okay. Yes.
Hello, ma'am. I have a
Yeah.
doubt. Like, how to come in minus 30? Can you once again repeat it, in this part?
Yeah, sure. So what is minus 30? Minus 30 is our y coordinate of our vertex. Y coordinate of vertex. Right? So what is the x coordinate of vertex? We got x coordinate of vertex is minus 5. So for finding y coordinate of vertex, we have to substitute x is equals to minus 5 in given expression. So expression is x square plus of 10x minus of 5. So here if you substitute x is equals to minus 5, we'll get minus 5 square plus 10 into minus 5 and then minus 5. So minus 5 square is 25 and 10 into minus 5 will become minus of 50 and then minus of 5. So here we'll get 25 minus of 55, which is nothing but minus of 30. Is that okay?
Yeah, ma'am. Thanks.
First, you can apply minus b by 2a vertex formula, then you can put f of minus b by 2a, then you can get minus 5, minus 13.
Right. So that will be your coordinate of vertex, because we know if you want to find out the slope, we need at least 2 points, right? So for 2 points, you need both x1, x2, y1, y2. So that's why find out the coordinate of vertex, find out the coordinates of y-intercept, and then substitute in the formula of slope. Is that okay? Clear?
Can you explain the third one?
Yeah, sure. So third says, choose the correct statement with respect to sensitivity of the following equation. 10x square is
Can
there.
you
Okay.
clear the sensitivity topic, ma'am? I can't get, ma'am, this topic.
CPT means?
Sensitivity, ma'am.
Oh, sensitivity. Sensitivity means what? I also don't know. So, okay. So sensitivity means how it grows. So, for example, okay. So, for example, so here also there are four expression is given to us. 10x square is there, 0.1x, 0.01x square is there, x square is there, and 5x square is there. So if you substitute different value of x in those equations, you will get distinct answers. For example, suppose I will substitute x is equals to 2 in all the equations. Okay. So if you substitute x is equals to 2 in the first one, what we get? 2 square into 10, which is 40, right? If you substitute here, so you'll get 0.1 multiplied by 4, which is nothing but 0.04. Correct? If you substitute 2, you will get 4. If you substitute 2 here, you will get 20. So it means you are getting largest value at with this expression, 10x square. Right? Then after this, all these are a little bit, I mean, they are giving us the values lesser than this expression. So we can say that this expression 10 of x square is most sensitive. So it means it will change very rapidly as we change the value of x. Okay, so suppose x is equals to 2, we are substitute, we got these values, and in place of x is equals to 2, I'll substitute x is equals to 3. Then what I get? I'll get 3 square into 10, which is 90 now. So it means we are jumping 50 with the help of this expression 10x square, right? But here if you substitute 3, we are getting 0.09. So it means we are jumping, that means the difference here is only 0.05, which is not that much as compared to 50 difference, correct? And so simply here if you substitute, the difference is 5. Here if you substitute, then 3 square 9, 45, right? So here the difference is somewhere like 25, right? So it means if we change the value of x a little bit, then which expression is giving us more difference, right? That expression is more sensitive. More sensitive means if you perturb your value of x a little bit, the change in the value of y is very big. Okay. So here, if you substitute x is equals to 2, you'll get some set of values. If you substitute x is equals to 3, you'll get some set of values. But the difference between the values are the one which can tell us the sensitivity of each expression. So your difference is 50 with the help of...
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
मैम जिसका डिफरेंस सबसे कम रहेगा वो सबसे ज्यादा सेंसिटिव है.
नहीं, जिसका डिफरेंस सबसे कम रहेगा, that will be least sensitive, because it's not giving us much difference, right? Sensitive means जिसको आप थोड़ा सा भी लाओ और वो ज्यादा चीज हो जाए, right? That's known to be sensitive. For example, if we say that this person is very sensitive, if some weather changes happen, he will get sick very quickly, right? So it means if something changes, the result is very big. That is most sensitive case, correct? So the least sensitive means if you change something, the result get perturbed very less. That is our least sensitive. So here this equation will be very least sensitive because the error, because the change is very less, 0.05. It's very less. So 0.01 x square is least sensitive, and 10 x square is the most sensitive.
So basically, this can be answered by the value of A, correct? If A is very
correct.
big, it is more sensitive. It is very low means least sensitive.
It is very less.
Got it.
Okay.
Ma'am, x equal to 2 and x equal to 3, it imaginary value, ma'am?
No, just
so
an
that's
example.
just an example. So if we change from 2 to 3, this is the changes we are getting with respect to each expression. So no matter whatever you will take, sensitive means if you change the value of x a little bit, how big the changes is happening in your y coordinate. That's how you can judge the sensitivity part. Okay, is that okay?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Now last question is, a football player kicks a football from the ground. So the path of the football can be modeled by the function. Again, here function given is for the path of football, where x is the horizontal distance, h of x is the height of football above the ground. when both are measured in feet, okay, so another player jumps and takes header when the slope of a function h of t is minus 0.64. So it means when the slope is this, that player jumps and take a header. So that means he try to push that football with his head when the slope is this. Okay, so now what are the things we want to answer? So the maximum height reached by the player's head to take the header is 7.2 feet. Okay, so the maximum height, what will be the height that player who wants to take the header can reach, right? So first
Yes,
of all,
ma'am.
we try to calculate the maximum height of the football. So that means how much height this particular football can go. Okay. So this is determined by this particular formula. So we know that again maximum height we get when we have vertex, right? So we try to find out the vertex of this particular parabola. So again the x coordinate is minus b by 2a, but here you can observe that b is nothing but 0, right? The expression is minus 125 x square plus 20. So x coordinate is 0. So y coordinate of vertex, I'm talking about vertex.
It's 20.
Okay, so right, so 20 is the vertex. That means this is the maximum height a football can reach. So now,
Yes, ma'am.
here what does it says? It says that another player jumps and takes header when the slope of function is this. So if the slope of this, sorry, what?
How to 20 will become, ma'am?
This is the y coordinate of vertex. We know x coordinate is 0. How you find the y coordinate? Just substitute the value of x in that expression. Substitute x is equals to 0 here, you will get 20, right? So now here it says that when,
vertex formula.
No, this is
for
equation.
vertex formula for x coordinate. For x coordinate, we have formula minus b by 2a. And once you get the x coordinate, substitute that value in your function to get the y coordinate of vertex. Is that okay?
In this case, minus b by 2a equal to 0.
Right, because what is b here? There is no x, so b is equals to 0.
Okay, I get it, ma'am.
So now another player jumps and takes header when the slope of this function is this. So what is the slope of function at any x? So here the slope is minus 2 by 125 of x plus 0 because b is 0. Again, I am using the formula 2ax plus b. Okay, so here the value of a is minus 125. 2 is there.
Which will
X
be
is
equal
there,
to
0 is
0.64 minus 0.64.
minus 0.64. So it means minus 2 by 125x is equals to minus 0.64. So I can say that it is 0.64. Now we can just simply solve it to get the value of x. So x is, you guys can understand the calculation. Okay, multiplied by 125 into 2. So we can cancel it out by saying 32, right? And then this 100 can be decomposed into 10, right? So let's take it, this will be 25 and this will be 20. And again, this will be 5, this will be 4, and this will be 8.
40 or what?
Ultimately, 40 will get.
Yes, sir. 40.
Yeah. So that means this player who wants to take the header is actually standing at x is equals to 40. So now what we have to do? We have to find out the value of y when x is equals to 40. And why we want to do that, I also explain. Okay, so when x is equals to 40, what is h of 40? So h of 40 is minus 125 into 40 square plus 20. So can someone please quickly calculate this? So this is minus 125. So 25, 8, 5, 8. So minus 64 by 5 into plus 20, right? So this is minus 64 plus 100 by 5. So that will be
7.2.
656 by 5. Okay, yeah. So what we are getting?
7.2.
7.2.
Option 1.
3 should be there. Yeah, 36. So it means I'll explain why I want to calculate h of 40. So if you calculate h of 40, then just by using the expression, we are getting 7.2. So what is happening? If some player is standing here and he wants to take the header at x is equals to 20, he is standing, And why we know that he is standing at x is equals to 20? Because the information is given that another player jumps and takes the header, and the slope of function is this. So by using the slope formula, we get that this person is standing at x is equals to 20. And now he wants to jump and take the header. If he wants to jump and take the header, he wants to hit this particular football, right? So that means he want to get at that point where this football comes to hit his head, right? And it is only possible if he reaches at the parabola. So that means he has to come at this point for hitting the football. So ultimately, we want to find out the value of y where x is equals to 20. So that is nothing but 7.2. That means the maximum height reached by the player's head to take the header is 7.2 feet. Okay, is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's why this
मैम
option is
there
correct.
is a small doubt. मैं प्लस
Yeah.
माइनस में कंफ्यूज हो रहा हूँ ऊपर वाले क्वेश्चन में जब मैंने
Sorry, what?
-5 पुट किया फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन में मैम
Hmm.
ऊपर चाहिए
Ma'am is talking about the first question of this activity.
Okay,
which
okay.
we
Yeah,
solved
yeah.
earlier.
So this one is okay, right?
Yes, this one is okay.
फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन में -5 कैसे ऐसे?
नहीं x square plus 10x minus 5 यहाँ मैं -5 पुट कर रहा हूँ ना x की जगह तो प्लस माइनस में गड़बड़ी हो रही है एक बार आप पुट करेंगे प्लीज
ओके या श्योर सो x इंटरसेप्ट x वैल्यू क्या आया था
-5 पुट करना है बस
हाँ ओके so that means -5 square plus 10 into -5 and then -5 so -5 square is 25 and minus of 50 minus of 5 so it means 25 minus of 55 that means minus of 30 okay fine
okay
Can you go to the practice assignment now?
Let's go by the sequence only. Otherwise, I have to jump in between activities. We haven't left much more, right? So, yeah.
Just 4 more, I guess.
Yeah, it won't take that much time. Let's see. Activity 3.6 now.
There's no
3.7. 3.6.
Okay, 3.6 is done. 3.7. Any doubt in 3.7?
First question.
So choose the correct standard form for quadratic roots with this. So what you have to do, you just have to multiply them, right? If roots are this, then the quadratic equation, yeah.
Why 7/2 and -10/3? Why x minus 7/2 and x plus 10/3 not correct option, ma'am?
Because we have to take the standard form, right? Standard form is given in y is equals to ax square plus bx plus c form. That's why. Okay. Standard form is this form. That's why these other options are not correct. We have to go via this particular form only. Okay. Any other doubt?
Standard form, ma'am. How to convert roots into standard form, ma'am?
See, you just have to multiply this brackets. These are the roots. Then the expression will be x minus 7/2 into x plus 10/3. Multiply these two brackets, you will get your answer. Okay.
The negative will be positive and the positive will be negative.
Okay,
negative.
I get it.
Because of this, we know.
It will be equals to 0, so that's why.
Okay. So there are only 4 questions, I don't think. Let's go to 3.8. Any doubt in 3.8? There are some doubts in 3.8. Second and third question. Okay. So second question says choose the correct option regarding this particular equation can be solved using the prime factorization method. 1 is the root cannot be solved by completing the square root method and 0 is the roots. Okay. So here since we know that only one option can be true. So if 1 is the root, then 1 should satisfy this equation. So if you substitute x is equals to 1, then you get 1 minus 12 plus 37, which is not equal to 0. So that means 1 is not a root. 0 is obviously kind of not a root. Now we have to check the two things. So it can be solved using prime factorization method or it can be solved using completing square method. Okay, so let's try to use the complete square method. Okay, so here if you want to complete the square, it's x square minus 12x plus 37 is equals to 0. For completing the square, I want x minus a or x plus a whole square type of thing. So here 12 is there, so we know that this should be 2 into 6 into x. Then only it's 12. So it means I need 36 here. So it's 37 is given. So 36 plus 1. So it means x square minus 2 into 6 into x plus 36 plus 1 will be there. So I'll take plus 1 into right hand side. So minus 1 will be there. So this I can convert it into x minus 6. The whole square is equals to minus 1. But again, we cannot take square root here because we know that square root of minus 1 is not a real number. So it means we cannot apply the square root method. So that means we have to apply the prime factorization method. Okay, so that's why the first option is correct. Is that clear, this question? The reason is simply we cannot apply the square root method because of this minus 1. We cannot take the square root of negative number. It's not defined. It is not a well-defined real number. Okay. Fine. So second question is okay. Now go to third one. So which of the following is that true about this
What
particular
was the
expression?
prime factorization method? I just left for a second.
Prime factorization method means I think you have to find out the factors just by that addition and multiplication type of thing. That means addition should be minus 12, multiplication should be 37. I think that is a prime factorization.
Why did not solved by the completing square method?
See, over the right hand side, we are getting minus 1, right? X minus 6 the whole square is equals to minus 1. So we cannot take square root because minus 1 is there. That's why. Any negative quantity, if you get at the right hand side, you cannot take square root. Also, I also confused about, I think prime factorization method is that method only. You have to find out two numbers whose summation is minus 12, whose product is 37, something like this, maybe. Yeah. Okay. Although
in the third
we
question, why? Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, in a third question, why first option is correct, ma'am? 4 plus under root 3 and 4 minus under 3 is correct. But 3 should be
so
added on
3
both
should
sides
be
is also
added on
correct, ma'am.
both
Why?
sides of the equation. Yeah. So again, if you want to change this into square, minus of 8 plus 13 is there, right? So x square minus of 2 into 4 I can write out plus 30. So now what can I do? I want 16 here, right? So I want to convert this 13 to 16. So that's why I have to add 3 over the left hand side. And for balancing out, I have to add it over the right hand side too. Okay, that's why addition over the left hand side and right hand side of both of 3 over the both end sides will give us the square, perfect square. So here I can write x minus 4 the whole square.
Whole square equals to
3.
4 plus
Correct.
4 plus minus root.
Right. So x will be this will be x minus 4 will be equal to plus minus of root 3.
Plus minus root 3.
That means x is equals to 4
And
plus root 3 or 4 minus.
When we add 3 both sides, it is not affected by the equation.
No, because we are adding on both sides, right? We can cancel it out and get the same equation back.
Okay.
So addition, multiplication of any constant, both inside won't affect the equation. Let's go to 3.9. Any doubt in 3.9? Only 4 questions are there. Okay, so if no, we can go to 3.
Ma'am, in number 2, in the question number 2, I guess the discriminant cannot determine the relation between the roots of two different equations. In question number 2, which is option D.
Right.
But I guess the discriminant can determine the relation between the nature of the roots of two different equations.
No, see, discriminant cannot determine the relation between the roots of two distinct equations because it is possible to get the same discriminant for two distinct equations. So,
yes,
for example, so we want b square minus 4 is to be same.
Discriminant can define the nature of the.
Yeah, discriminant can find the nature of its own roots. But suppose two equations are there, and those two equations giving you the same discriminants. For example, I'll simply take minus of x square plus 2x plus c. right? And here I'll take another expression, minus of x square plus 2x minus c. So if you compute the, in place of c, you can take 1. If you compute the discriminant of these two equations, you'll get the same discriminant. But I think the root will be changed by minus or something. You won't get the same roots.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
that's why discriminant will determine the behavior of roots of that particular own equation. We cannot connect two equations roots just by looking at the discriminant.
Ma'am, I have down third question, ma'am. Third and fourth question.
Okay, so what will be the root of the equation to be? So you can easily determine what will be the roots, right? So its multiplication should be 20 and addition should be -1. So the pairs will be 4 and 5.
Ma'am, 2 and 5 by 2. I am putting, but it's wrong, ma'am. -2 and 5 by 2.
So that means those are not the roots. Although you can just use the formula, right? X is equals to minus b plus minus under the root of b square minus 4ac by 2. Right? So substitute here the value of abc, you'll get your roots. Finding the roots for quadratic equation, it's a very simple task. You just have to substitute the value of abc in the required form, right? The formula.
I think I am wrong in a sign, ma'am.
Yeah, just check it.
and-
Check it once. Again, try to do the calculation. Okay. Because calculation part
Ma'am,
is
question number 4
okay.
as
You
well.
can reattempt. Which of the following gives distinct real roots? Here also you have to find out either you can go by the discriminant. Just find out the discriminant. Discriminant will tell you. If discriminant is strictly greater than 0, we'll get distinct real roots. Okay. B square minus 4ac you have to calculate for all the equations.
Okay.
And if that is strictly greater than 0, you will get distinct root. Is that okay? Fine. Let's go to
Ma'am,
practices.
question number 17 in the activity.
Yeah, I know that.
Ma'am, let's solve one by one all practices.
Yeah, but
All
I
questions.
actually cannot solve all the questions because that's not my task. My
24
task is to
questions.
find out the doubts.
Okay.
So see, this is a very common question asked by so many students. So here they have given some information. So first thing is, so a stuntman perform a bike stunt from between two houses of the same height as shown in figure. His bike, the lowest part of the bike makes an angle theta at house. So what we'll do, we consider that here is our origin. At house A, our origin is here, 0, 0. So then, and another is horizontal at beginning of the sense, follows a parabolic path, and also the path followed by the stuntman or the bike is parabola, and it land at a point B with the angle of 180 degree minus theta with the horizontal. That's not we want to do. Okay, that's not our something. This is not important to us. Now here it says that if maximum height achieved by bike is 12.5 feet from the ground and tan theta is equals to 1, then find the distance between two houses. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to use these two information. So one is tan theta is equals to 1 and another one is 12.5 feet is the maximum height. So here at point A, okay, so we are given that tan theta is equals to 1 and this is the slope. Okay, so slope is also, so suppose the path of this parabola is expressed by this expression, ax square plus bx plus c. That means 2ax plus b is equals to 1 is given to us. So it means when x is equals to 0, right, the slope is nothing but 1. So that means 2a into 0 plus b is equals to 1. So from here I can find out the value of b. The b is nothing but 1. So here tan theta is equals to 1 is given to you, right? So what we can do, we can find out that, okay, slope is 1. So which means if you substitute x is equals to 0, we get the value of b is equals to 1. Is that okay? So far, the value of b?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you repeat that?
So yeah, so tan theta is given to be 1. So that means slope is given to be 1. That means 2ax plus b is 1 when x is equals to 0. So that means the value of b is actually 1.
Got it.
Okay. So we have find out the value of b. Now the remaining part is to find out, so what is our goal here? So what we'll do, so here I'll write it down, b is equals to 1. So what we'll do, we find out this axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry. Why is that? Because if this distance I know, we know that this remaining distance is nothing but same as this distance. Because parabola possesses symmetry over these two over the axis of symmetry. So whatever distance here I'll travel, same distance I have to travel over
Right
the
side.
right hand side too. So I will find out the x coordinate of axis of symmetry. So the finding the x coordinate of axis of symmetry means finding the x coordinate of vertex. Finding the x coordinate of vertex. That means I want to find out the value of minus b by 2. Now b is known to me. The only thing is not known is 2a. Okay. So how we can find out the value of a? So another information is given to us which says that if the maximum height achieved by the bike is 12.5 feet from the ground, and we know that it's a parabola, so maximum height will obviously achieve at the vertex. So the vertex coordinate is minus b by 2. But we know that the value of b is nothing but 1. So what we can do, we can say that the x coordinate of vertex is minus 1 by 2. And it is given that the maximum height achieved by the bike is 12.5 feet. So it means when we are at vertex, the height is 12.5 feet. But here what we have to do, since we are considering our vertex to be at a point, since we are considering our origin to be at a point A, we have to substitute this 10 feet distance from this height. That means in place of 12.5, I have to consider this particular distance to be 2.5 only. Whatever maximum distance is there, that distance is now 2.5 for us. Because
Ma'am,
we
but
are
you considered
considering our
the roof
origin.
of house A and B as the ground or as the x-axis.
As the x-axis. That's why I have to substitute. I have to subtract 10 from this 12.5 because its maximum height is given from the ground.
Okay.
Okay. So it means at vertex the height is nothing but 2.5 for us. So that means when if you substitute x is equals to minus 1 by 2a, the height is at x is equals to minus 1 by 2a is 2.5. Because we are leaving this 10 feet distance. That's so now what we do is substitute this value in our given expression. And also, since we are considering that our parabola is intersecting at origin, we can say that now since our parabola intersecting at origin A, right? Origin A, the parabola is intersecting at A. So that's why we can say that the y-intercept is 0. That means C is equals to 0. Is that okay? Why C is equals to 0? Because that parabola intersected origin. So if it is intersecting at origin at x is equals to 0, the value of C is equals to 0.
Because
That
C
also you
is
can
also
understand
taken as
by
the y-intercept in a quadratic equation.
correct. That's
Yeah,
also
okay.
one reason. So C is equals to 0, B is equals to 1 we already have. The only thing is left is A. So what we use this information that h of minus 1 by 2a is 2.5. So if I substitute in place of x minus 1 by 2a, I'll get the answer for A. So it means A of minus 1 by 2a the whole square. The value of B is 1. So that means minus 1 by 2a is there and the value of C is 0. So that means plus 0 is 2.5. Now if we solve this expression, what we'll get? I'll get A by 4a square and minus 1 by 2a is equals to 2.5. So ultimately that will be 1 by 4a minus 1 by 2a is equals to 2.5. So which means the LCM will be 4a. So it means 1 minus of 2 by 4a is equals to 2.5. So it means minus of 1 by 4a is equals to 2.5. So this will implies minus of 4a is equals to 1 by 2.5. So that means a is equals to minus 1 by 4 into 2.5, which is nothing but minus 1 by 10. Right? Because 4 into 2.5 is 10. Okay, so that means the value of A is 10. Is the value of A is clear? How we find out the value of A? Okay. So now we have all the values, the value of A, B, C, and now we can find out the expression for axis of symmetry. Okay, so we have value of B is 1, we have value of A is minus 1 by 10, and we have value of C is 0. So now axis of symmetry or the x coordinate of vertex is minus b by 2a. So that means minus 1 by 2 into value of a, which is minus 1 by 10. Okay, so minus minus will get cancelled out. This 10 will jump into the numerator, we'll get 10 by 2, which is 5. So this is 5 is the axis of symmetry for us.
So ma'am, 5 comma 2.5 is the vertex.
Right. So that means vertex is y coordinate is 5 and the x x coordinate is 5 and y coordinate is 2.5.
2.5.
So that means this distance is 5. So that means if this distance is 5, the distance covered over the right hand side is also 5. The total distance is 10. So that means there is 10 feet distance between the house A and house B. Is that okay? Clear?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a long question. There are actually 2 to 3 steps to solve this one. First, find out the value of B, then using the value of B and this maximum height concept. Also, we are considering that our origin is situated at a point A. The y coordinate, that means the value of C will be 0. Again, I'll explain one more. So we find out the value of B is equals to 1 by using tan theta. We find out C is equals to 0 by saying that our origin is situated at house A, that's 0, 0. And we find out the value of A to be minus 1 by 10 by the information that the maximum height achieved by the biker is 12.5 feet. But we substituted this, we subtracted this 10 feet distance because we are considering the origin at 0, 0. That means we are considering the origin at house number A. So that's why we have substituted it and we find out the value of A using the concept, using the fact that the y coordinate of parabola of is 2.5. Okay. And using all those things, we go to excess of symmetry and we computed that this distance is 5. So that's why, because of the symmetry, the right hand side distance is also 5. So the total distance between house A and house B is nothing but 10 feet. Is that clear now? Okay.
Ma'am, could you just say that slope equals to the maximum height achieved with the bike is 12.5 feet from the ground and tan theta equals to 1. So
Yeah.
why did you took x equals to 0 while calculating the value of b? I just forget that.
Yeah, so we take x is equals to 0 because tan theta is 1 is given to you. And if we are situated, I mean the origin is here, so that's why we have to x is equals to 0.
Okay,
So when x is equals to 0, the slope is 1.
Okay. For that point, for that particular
Yeah,
point.
on that particular point.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Now let's go to the any other question from activity? Sorry, from
I
practice
have one
assignment.
question.
Yeah.
In that 17th question, it's mentioned no at the end on the land on lands at house B with an angle of 180 minus theta with the horizontal. Can you go to the question?
Yeah.
17, yeah. Last part. Lands at house B with an angle of no. The question.
Okay, huh.
17 question, last part. Lands at house B with an angle of 180 minus theta with the horizontal. Is there any significance on this value, like over this question?
I think they want to say that these two houses over the they are at the flat surface type of thing. So if the angle is theta here, the angle is theta, the landing is 180 degree minus theta. But other than that, I don't think there is any significant of this particular angle.
Ma'am, if the angle 180 minus theta is on the right hand side, that means the left hand side would also be the angle theta.
Yeah, this angle will be theta. This angle will be theta.
Yeah.
So my question is, if the 180 minus theta is something else in the question, we can't apply this method, whatever we did right now, right?
No, I think we can apply because the angle here does not signify anything, right? Because see, one reason I'm thinking is, yeah, correct. Then we cannot apply the axis
Yeah,
of symmetry case.
then we will be
Yeah, we
away
cannot
from the
apply.
axis of symmetry, correct? Yeah,
Right.
that's what I
So for
wanted to ask.
example,
No, I got it.
Because
I got it.
Got it, no? Huh.
Yeah, got it.
Hello,
It's a
ma'am.
good one, actually. Yes.
Ma'am, can you go fourth number question?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, practice assignment is fourth question. Yeah.
So this question, so a civil engineer found that the durability D of the road she is laying dependent on two functions y1 and y2 as followed, that d is equals to a times y1 into y2. A is strictly greater than 0. Function y1, y2 depends on the amount of plastic y mixed in whatever this is, and their variations are shown in graph below. So find the values of function y1 and y2 such that the durability of road is maximum. Okay, so here what is given, that two factors are given, two functions are given, y1 and y2 are two functions, and then they are dependent on some variable x. Okay, and the graph is shown here. So from the graph, we can easily say that y1 is nothing but an equation of line passing through 2 points, and y2 is nothing but equation of line passing through 2 points, right? And these 2 points are given to us. So we can easily find out the function which represents y1 and y2, right? Just by our slope-intercept formula or 2-point line formula. So once you find out y1 and y2, you can find out the function d. So what is d? D is a of y1 into y2. So this is equation of line, this is equation of line. If you multiply them, you'll get a quadratic function.
But what about the a, ma'am? Where a is greater than 0, what should we do about a?
A is greater than 0 will tell us that it's your upward parabola. So I think you have to use that somewhere. But you don't actually require a, because what happened? So once you find out y1, once you find out y2, you will be a of some, I'll just taking this to be m1x plus c1, and this will be m2x plus c2, right? You guys can find out the values of m1 and c1, right? So what you have to do now, what they say, that find the values of the function y1 and y2 such that the durability of road is maximum. Okay, so now we want to find out the value of
A
y1 and
must be
y2.
less
Ma'am,
than
if
0.
it is saying that the durability of the road is maximum, is it typically saying about the y coordinate of the vertex?
Yes, A must
Uh,
be less than 0
But
for maximum vertex.
no, I guess.
a
See,
greater.
they are asking about y1 and y2. Y1 and y2 are dependent on the amount of plastic X mixed in the whatever this is.
Butamen.
Butamen. Right. So find the value of function y1 and y2 such that the durability of road is maximum. Okay. So we want to find out the values of y1 and y2 such that
Can I
durability is
suggest?
maximum.
Ma'am, we have to do
No,
I
x2
think we have to
minus
find out the
x1,
value of
y2 minus
roads.
y1.
No, if A is greater than 0,
Slope. Both
if
the
you
slopes we
I'm
have to find.
probably thinking
This
m1 into
one by
m2
one.
is minus 1, is a negative.
Ha.
Since they're giving A is greater than 0, so that we don't confuse ourselves when we get m2 into m1 as minus.
-1.
No, not minus 1, some negative value, because it's a quadratic facing downwards.
Mm-hmm. Right,
So, so if we are confused that A is negative, if they don't give A is greater than 0,
Okay.
even if we get m1 into m2 as negative, there might be a confusion
Mm-hmm.
whether the quadratic x square is negative or positive based on A.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's
Okay,
given A is
okay.
greater than 0.
Okay. Now I think I got this. So let's compute y1 and y2. So y1 is it's a line passing through 0, 6 and 6, 0. So y-intercept is simply 6. So this is 6, and
Ma'am,
we just have to
the
find out the
line 1
slope.
is y equals to
So
minus
slope
6 plus minus x plus 6, and y2 equals to x plus 1.
x plus 1
Yeah,
minus
right away.
x
You
plus
can
6,
see
no?
here, no? M1 is minus 1,
Mm-hmm.
M2 is 1. Now, if you
1
multiply, you're getting minus. But you'll be confused
-1.
if A is lesser
So
than
it will
0.
be a downward parabola,
Correct.
yes. So it
That's
will
Now
why
it
they're
will
obviously
have
giving
a
have a
A is
maximum.
maximum
greater
function.
than 0.
Right.
Only if A is greater than 0, you'll get a downward parabola.
Yes.
Correct.
That's
Minus
why
x
that
plus 6
information is
and x
It
given.
plus
will
1.
of course have a maximum value.
Huh.
Yes.
Right. So now here we can find out the value of the vertex, right? y1, y2 we can easily find out. Because E is just a factor and it's strictly greater than 0. So we can work out with this particular quadratic
So ma'am,
expression.
since a is
Minus.
a constant and greater than 0, can we neglect a and then further
Right.
calculate the
That's what we
equation
have
and
to do.
find out the whatever the options are?
Right, correct. So here the vertex coordinate will be minus b by 2a. So it will be 5 by 2. So when x is equals to 5 by 2, the 5 values of 5 will be minus 5 by 2 plus 6, which is 7 by 2, I guess, right? And here if you substitute minus 5 by 2 plus 1, it will be 1 by 4 by 2. That means 2. That means y1 will be 7 by 2 and it will be 2. Or I have mistaken some calculation. Okay. So that's how we have to do it. Is that okay? Just do the calculations. I think 7 by 2 is correct, but another one is not. 5
Both
by
will
2
be
plus
7
1.
by 2.
So 7 by 2, 7 by 2. Correct. So when
Ma'am,
x is
how to
equals to
do
5
this
by
type
2,
of application type of question, ma'am?
you have to do the practice. See, once you understand, now you understand this type of question. Now here you have to see what are the reasoning we are applying. So we applied that, okay, y1, y2 we need. So let's find out y1, y2. So information is given, okay, we can
No,
find
ma'am.
out y1,
How
y2.
how to connect, ma'am, this type of question in the quadratic form, ma'am?
How to connect? See, you will get some quadratic expression. As you substitute y1, y2, you get some quadratic expression. So the quadratic expression will be either involved explicitly or implicitly in this way. So you will get a quadratic. If you feel that, okay, we are getting quadratic equation, then you can interpret that concept.
Ma'am, can you
Yeah, as
explain
much
question
practice as
number
you do,
one?
you will get. Sorry, what?
Question number one.
Ma'am,
question
just can you say how did you find y1 and y2 which formula? Minus b by 2a.
y1, y2 points are given to you, right? Y1 is the
Yes.
equation of line passing through these 2 points. So you can apply
Points
the
are given.
formula.
Which
And
formula?
similarly for
x2
y2.
minus x1 or y?
Whatever formula you want. x2 minus x1 by y2 minus y1 for slope. Or you have 2-point formula, na? Y minus y1 is equals to that formula.
M
So you have a
x1
formula for
x
equation.
minus x1.
X minus x1.
Okay.
So what will be the equation of tangent to the curve at a point? So it's an easy question, right? So equation of tangent for any parabola. So tangent is a line. So that equation will be involved with mx plus c, where c is your slope. Okay. And sorry, m is your slope, and c you can get by the point, whatever point is suggested. So here point is suggested minus 3 by 11. So you can find out the value of c from minus 3 by 11. You can find out the value of slope by expression 2ax plus b. Again, here x is whatever point is given, minus 3. So, okay, so slope is 2a into minus 3 plus b. So it means minus 6a plus b. What is the value of a is 2, minus 6 into 2. The value of b is 9. That means minus 12 plus 9 will be minus 3. So this is our slope. And how to find out c? So c is nothing but, so y is equals to minus 3x plus c. Now the point is minus 3 comma 11. So I have to substitute these values. Why I want to substitute? Because if it is a tangent at that point, it surely passes through that point. So if a line is passed through a particular point, the coordinate of that point will satisfy the equation of line. So you're using this concept. So that means 11 is equals to minus 3 into minus 3 plus c. So that means c is nothing but here we'll get plus 9. So 11 minus 9 will be 2. C is equals to 2. So the slope, the equation of tangent will become y is equals to minus 3x plus 2. Is that okay? Any doubt?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, why did you use a 2ax plus b?
Because we know that slope of a tangent for a quadratic function is given by this expression, 2ax plus b, at a point x. So here x is given to be minus 3, that's why.
And we can also find out, first we have to simplify the equation. We get 4x plus 9, right? Then we put
4x.
x is equal to minus 3. Then we got a slope m is equal to minus 3. Then we put slope intercept formula y minus
Yeah,
b1.
whatever way, what you can prefer anyway, until unless you're getting the same, you're
Same.
using the correct
This
formulas,
is
right?
lengthy one.
It's okay, that's also okay.
Okay.
Okay, so anything else? Any other question from
Ma'am,
practice
question
assignment?
number 10.
So a company's profits are known to be dependent on amount of years. So profit pattern in lakhs rupees from January to December is this year. X represents the month number. So starting from 1 July and ending at 12 December, on this basis, choose the correct option. So the maximum profit is a month in a month is rupees. So you can find out the maximum value of this parabola. So what's your doubt in this question?
In
This
this
one,
question,
The
so
profit,
minus b by 2, the maximum profit, no?
right. Because the downward parabola, so vertex will be, no, vertex will give us the month. What is the number of month in which month you are getting the maximum profit? The value of x will give you the month in which you are getting the maximum profit, and the y coordinate of vertex will give you the amount, that whatever the amount is there, 78 or 78.125 or 77. Okay, just try to find out. It's not that difficult.
and ma'am 11 to 10 and 11.
Sorry.
Ma'am, but the
11,
maximum
11.
month you see, ma'am, for the maximum, I mean the month which gave the maximum profit, if we apply it by the minus b by 2a,
Hmm.
it is not possible. It is giving the answers in decimals.
Is it okay? So let's see. So px is minus 2x square plus 25x. Okay, yeah. So because it's giving us the month, so month x represent the month number starting from 1 July
Then
ending at
also we
12.
can say, because in June there are 30 days, so we
Several
can say
days.
if answer will be in decimal, then also we can say June is answer.
Mhm. Minus b by 2a. So okay, so it's getting something like 6 point, right? So by 6, I think you can go
Yes,
through.
ma'am.
The integer you can find out. Although they should have
You should
taken such a value.
round off number.
Round of number.
And
Although they
question
should
number
take
5.
out the integer. Question number 5.
6.25. Ma'am, can you take question number 11, just last?
Okay. 7 and then go to 5. Choose the correct set of option regarding this function. Y x is of. So what is your doubt? In which option do you have doubts?
No, ma'am, question number 11.
11, sorry. I thought 7. So Raghav sells 200 package of bread of rupee 20,000 each day and make profit of rupees 4,000 per day. So you find that if the cost price increase by x per packet, he can increase the selling price by rupees 2x per packet. However, when this price increases happen, he loses 200x of his customer. So choose the correct option. So you have to compute some of the expression. So what are the expression you are getting? Have
Yes,
you got
ma'am.
some?
No, ma'am, just I want to know expression how to value it.
Okay, so Raghav sells 200 package of bread for 2000 each day. So that means if he sell 2000 packets, he will make of a profit 20,000. Okay, so sorry, 20,000 K will be the selling rate and 4,000 is the profit. And this is all per day. So he finds that if the cost price increase by X per packet, so now the new cost is 2000 plus X per packet, he can increase the selling price by 2x per packet. So initially the selling price for 2000 packets were 20,000. So if you increase rupees X in this per packet, the selling price will be increased by 2x per packet. Okay. So if initially, if he sells 2000 packets, the selling price will be 20,000. So for each package, for one packet,
10.
10K will be there, right? So that means for these packets, we have 2x plus 10. Am I right? Not done
Yes,
any
ma'am.
mistake. Okay. So however, when this price increases happen, he loses 200x of his customer. Okay. So for maximum profit per day, cost price is rupees 12 per packet. Okay, so here we have to find out something.
Ma'am, what do we have to evaluate in this question?
No, ma'am. 2000 plus x equal to 2x into 20,000.
Yeah, 2000 plus x into 2x into 20,000.
Yeah, ma'am.
Is this so? So Raghav says this number of packet of breads. for this each day and makes profit of 4,000 per day. Okay, he finds that if the cost price increase by X per package. Okay. So wait a minute. So what is the cost of one package initial?
Initial
If
cost
2000,
10 rupees per packet.
10 rupees is the initial cost for per package. So now we have increased 10 plus X. This is the new cost. He can increase the selling price by 2x per package. Okay, so initial selling price was 10. What does this mean? Am I missing something here?
Ma'am, I guess we need to find the cost price also.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, new price is 2x.
And the
then
cost
2x.
price is rupees 8.
20x.
Yes. Since he's making a profit of 4,000, that means he's buying all the breads at rupees 16,000.
16,000. So
Typically
yeah, so
means
the cost
he
price
has
will
the
be
cost
8
price of
rupees.
rupees 8. Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
So
that's
8 plus X.
8 plus X will be there, right? So
Yes.
cost price
The
is
selling
8
price
rupees.
will be what 10
8
plus
plus
2.
X.
10 plus 2.
So now the selling price will be 10 plus 2x. Thank you. So this will be selling price and this will be new cost price. So however, with this price increase happen, he loses 200x of his customer. So what does this mean now?
2000 minus
Yeah,
200x.
that's 200x. So 2000 is the price he is getting. Okay.
No,
Let's
it's
see.
20,000.
20,000 minus 200x, no?
2000 is the selling.
Ma'am, we have to find X
Okay.
first.
2,000 packets he sells. So that means 20,000 he will lose. That means 2000 minus 200x. So now choose the correct option. So for the maximum profits per day, cost price is 12 per packet. So what will be the cost? First of all, we have to find out, right?
And first of all, we have
Selling
to
price
find X,
minus
right?
cost price multiplied by number of customers would be the maximum profit.
Would be the maximum profit. Na? So this factor multiplied by 8
SP
plus
minus
X.
CP.
This will be our cost. I mean, this will be our net worth type of thing, right? And this much we got, I guess. This minus of 10 plus 2x
Ma'am, it will be 2
multiplied by
plus
this
X. Ma'am, you did this 8 plus X, the SP minus CP, na? So it will be 2 plus X, no?
Okay. So you means that the cost minus the selling price minus the cost. This one, 10 minus 2x.
Yes.
Is the selling price minus of 8 minus of x will be the cost price.
10 plus 2x.
And then multiplied by
the number of
factor.
customers would be the maximum
Number of
profit.
customers. Okay, so that means here we'll get 2 minus of x multiplied by this particular factor.
2 plus
2000 minus 200.
2 plus x, ma'am. 2 plus x.
2 plus x where?
Ma'am, the selling price is 10 plus 2x, but you wrote 10 minus 2x.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, increases by. So now it will be what, x plus x minus x plus 2. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Now we have to find out the maximum value of this particular parabola.
Yeah.
So now we can find out it is by the formula. So yeah, such a question can be confusing. So let's go through it once again.
New profit would be 10 plus 2x minus 8 plus 2x, which is 2 plus 2x, 2 plus x, which is.
Yes, price also increases by x, so minus will be there, na? Minus 8 minus x.
Then we have to, for new total, 2000 minus 200x into 2 plus 2x, 2 plus x.
Yes.
2 plus x, x plus 2 is okay.
X plus 2, whatever.
Can you explain again?
Yeah. So we go through
this
it.
both we have to multiply 2 plus x and 2000 minus 200x.
200 minus x. Then we will get a quadratic function and then we can find
Yes.
out the maximum profit. Okay, so initially it says that Raghav sells 2000 packets of bread for rupees 20,000 each day. So that means he is actually selling one packet in somewhere like 10 rupees. Right, so this
After
is
this,
its selling price.
yeah,
And now he is making 4,000 of profit. So that means he actually makes 4,000 of packets, 4,000 of profit. That means
yes,
he's selling the original price is 16,000 for 2,000 packets. So the initial cost is 8 rupees. So that means he
yes,
somewhere
correct.
buys 8 rupees. He buys
And
the
2
packet in
rupees
8
is
rupees.
profit per packet.
Correct, per packet. So now what he thinks, so he thinks that if we increase the rupees over x packet, so that means
By
if he
2x.
increases cost price by x, he can increase the selling price by 2x. So initially the cost price is 8 rupees, so he
8
increases
plus
by 8
x.
plus x,
And
and
selling
initially
price
the
by
cost
10
is
plus 2x.
10 plus 2x. So now if we do this one, what happened? His customer, he loses 200x of his customer. So initially,
2,000,
his customer
20,000.
was 2000. So that means 2000 minus 200 of x is the new customers now.
New customer,
So now,
exactly.
correct. So now we have to find out for which value of x we get a maximum profit.
New
So what we
total
do,
profit would be 2000 minus
right,
200x into 2 plus x.
multiplied by number of customers. So here this is the selling price minus of the cost price multiplied by number of customer we have done. So at the end we get a quadratic expression and we can find out now how the maximum profit will go. Okay, clear?
Yes, ma'am. Can you explain question number 5?
16
Sorry, what?
minus 400.
Question number 5.
Question number 5.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let A be the set of all points on the curve defined by the function. Okay, so let B be the set of points on the curve F2 defined by a reflection of a curve F1 with respect to x-axis. Okay, so now whenever you do reflection, you have to change some sign and you can get the new function. So let's go via the Desmos. I think that will be better. So let's see. So here the original expression is x square minus x minus 42. So if you reflect it over x-axis, what will happen? Whatever y values you are getting, those y values will become negative y values. So if the function is f1 of x is your x square minus of x minus of 42, so this will be your upward parabola. So something like this. And if you want to reflect it, you will get a downward parabola. So what happened here? I have to expression, I have to either change of sign of y or change of sign of x. So suppose I have a point here, so the coordinate of that point will be x naught comma y naught. What will be the coordinate of point here? So the coordinate of point here will be x naught comma minus of y naught, right? So that means if you reflect it over, so I think you have to change the sign of y. So that means we have to multiply it by y naught. So what is the expression? X square minus x minus 42. So suppose y is equals to x square minus x minus 42. So this is our parabola. Now we want to reflect it over y-axis. Sorry, x-axis. So what I'll do, let's say that y is equals to this one minus of this one. So that means if you take the minus sign, your parabola will get reflected over the x-axis. Okay, but instead of changing the sign of y, so here what I'm doing, instead of y, I'm taking minus of y. I'm taking minus of y. That's why we are getting reflection over x-axis. So that means if you put a mirror over x-axis, you will get that these two images are nothing but the mirror image of each other. But instead of x, instead of changing y, if you change the sign of x, so that means instead of x, if you take minus x, you will get reflection over y-axis. Okay, so instead of here, I'll take everywhere I'll just do minus. Then you will get reflection over what you say, y-axis. Okay, so here it's very close, that's why we are not getting that clear image. So the reflection of this part is this red one, and the reflection of red one is the green. Okay, so ultimately what you have to do, if f1 of x is this one, if f1 of x is x square minus x minus 42, the f2 will be minus of this expression, x square minus x minus 42, which is x square plus x plus 42. This is our f2. f2 defined by the reflection of curve f1 with respect to x-axis. Now, if C is a set of points on
No,
the
minus x
axis,
square.
yeah, thank you. So if C is a set of points on the axis, then choose the correct option regarding the cardinality of the set D. So C is a set of points on the axis. So it means the points where these two, these are intersecting with x-axis and y-axis, I guess. So the set D is A intersection B union A intersection C union B intersection C. So that means A intersection B means whatever point, I mean the intersection of these two curves. So now you, if you want to find out A intersection B, you will find the point C, find the points. So where f1 of x minus f2 of x will become 0. Okay, so let's see what are the points. So f1 minus f2 we have to do. So that means x square minus of x minus 42 minus of x square. So it will become plus of x square minus x minus 42. So this means twice of x square. So you guys can handle it. So what is the intersection B? Right. So intersection B is points where f1 and f2 both intersect each other. And since we know f1, f2 explicitly, we can find out those points just by a little calculation. So A intersection B is where f1x minus f2x becomes 0. Okay. So now what is A intersection C is? So A intersection C is where f1 of x becomes 0. That means f1 of x intersecting x-axis and y-axis. You have to check both, right? Because C says the set of points on the x-axis, then choose the correct option. And now B intersection C is where f2 of x will become 0. That means when f2 of x intersect x-axis and y-intercepts also. So you can find out these all points and what are the union of these 2 points. So you can find out the cardinality of D. Okay, is that
What we are
okay?
doing here, V intersection C, can you repeat?
B intersection C means, what is B? B is a set of points situated over F2. So suppose this is your F2. So B is set of all points which are situated over F2. An intersection of C means those points which are intersecting the axis. So here there are 3 points which are intersecting the axis. One point is this, intersecting over y-axis. One point is this, and one point is this. So these are the 3 points you want to calculate. Okay. This is y-intercept. So the substitute x is equals to 0, you will get y-intercept. And find out the roots, you will get x-intercepts. Is that clear?
So from F2, we have to subtract 3 roots.
3 roots. 2 roots and 1 y-intercept. And from F1 also, 2 roots, 1 y-intercept. And from A intersection B also, F1 minus F2 you will do. So you will get 2 x-intercept and one y-intercept. So it is possible to get a common roots or common y-intercepts. That's why this union may differ from, it will be less than 9 obviously, but any number could happen. So we can immediately find it over using the Desmos too. So here, so F1 is the red one and blue one is the F2. So F1 minus F2 you will do. So those are the point where these two curve intersect. So these are the only 2 points where F1, F2 intercept, and these are the only 2 points where they have the roots. That means the roots are common for both curves. The intersection points are also common. So that means these are the 2 points we are getting, and here are the 2 points we are getting. So the answer should be 4, I guess. Okay, let's check.
Yes.
4 is the answer, right? Maybe. Because 4 are the only points we are getting in the common intersection.
Right, 4 is
Okay. Is that clear? Any doubt?
area.
Okay. Any other question from this activity? Sorry, practice.
8 question.
Question number 8. So a quadratic function f is such that its value increases on this interval, decreases over this interval, and f of 0 is equals to f of minus 4 is 23. Then f can be. Okay, so increases, decreases, you can judge by it's an upward parabola or downward parabola. Okay, so suppose this is minus 2 and this is 2 to infinity. So here it is decreasing and here it is increasing, and it is only possible way to get an upward, I mean this is only possible if it's an upward parabola. Then only we'll get decreasing from minus 2 to infinity and increasing kind of behavior from minus 2 to infinity. And here minus 2 to minus, oh sorry, maybe I have done something like that. So this is minus 2, and if you go here the function decreases, so that means such kind of behavior is there. Okay, and after 2 to infinity it is increasing. So it means from this one we cannot judge it's an upward parabola or downward parabola. Initially I have done some mistake. Okay, so this is the reason. Because when you go from minus 2 to minus infinity, it is decreasing, and when you go from 2 to infinity, it is increasing. Although if you don't want to bother about this particular condition, you can check via this one by the options. Right, and these are the known quantities. So what we can do, we can just go via the options. So these 4 options are easy to check. Just find out the nature. We can also plot the parabolas and find out it's an increasing over this one or decreasing. Okay, and also the values too. Now the remaining 2 options, that ax square plus 4ax plus 23, when a is strictly greater than 0 and when a is strictly less than 0. Okay, so here if I compute f of 0, so f of 0 I'll easily get 23. If I compute f of, I'm talking about the first option. Okay, because x is equals to 0, if you substitute you will get 23. In the last option also, if you substitute x is equals to 0, you'll get 22. So this property is clear. If you substitute x is equals to minus 4 from the first one, we'll get 4 square, I mean minus 4 square, which is 16. So we'll get 16th of a plus 4 of a plus 23. Okay, so if you want this to be equal to 23, so let's see what we can find out from this one. So I'll get 20a plus 23 is equals to 23. That means 20 is equals to 0. So that means a should be equal to 0, which is not the case since we are at quadratic expression. Okay, so then why is the last one is true? Why is this option is true? I think there is a mistake in this option because
So actually, the way you drew, I think the graph, it's little misleading, is what I believe. From minus
yeah,
2
the
to
initial
minus
graph.
infinity to minus 2 and minus 2 to infinity, if it's
Hmm.
decreasing and then increasing, minus 2 is the x component of the vertex, right? It's decreasing from,
No, it might not be x. Yeah. So initially I have drawn the right one. So what you are saying, that's okay, but x coordinate need not to be. For example, yeah, it should be x
it
coordinate.
should be x coordinate.
Because
Because
if it is not, then it will
it is
also
strictly
decreases after
decreasing.
2,
Yeah, it's
minus 2
strictly
also.
decreasing and strictly increasing. That is
So
minus
that
2.
means
So
minus 2 is the
minus
x
b by
coordinate.
2a should be minus 2 for all these equations.
Right.
Whichever
But this
satisfies
is the
minus b
only
by 2a.
one condition. What about this
Hmm.
condition, the last
Yeah,
one?
that
F
condition is
of
fine.
minus
Yeah,
4
we have
is
to check
equals
that.
to 23. Right? So for
Yeah,
this
we have to check.
option, I don't think it's true, right? So a of minus 4 square plus 4 times of a into minus 4 plus 20. Okay, I have missed this minus 4. That's why.
Hmm.
16a plus minus 16a plus 23. So it's 23. So that's why this is correct. So it means we are having vertex at x is equals to minus 2. Right?
Yeah, minus 2. Correct.
And here also, if you find minus b by 2, it will get minus 2. So the summary is, since this condition is given to us that it is decreasing from minus infinity to minus 2 and increasing from minus 2 to infinity, we get the information that x coordinate of a vertex is minus 2. So that means for a parabola, for any parabola which want to satisfy this condition, minus b by 2a should be equal to minus 2. The second condition is f of 0 should be equal to 23, and the last one is f of minus 4 is equals to 23. These are the three conditions we want to check for any parabola. So you can easily check among these options. Okay, is that okay?
Ma'am, we have to put this value in this function, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
can consider this function and check these three properties.
Okay.
Okay, any other question from this activity practice assignment?
Question number
Anything
30.
which is left?
One three.
So what is the height of triangle PQRS is the base. Consider quadratic function f of x. 2 points P and Q are chosen on this curve such that they are 2 units away from the axis of symmetry. Okay, and R is a point of intersection of axis of symmetry and x-axis. Okay, so you can choose these 2 points. So it says that it's an upward parabola, right? So it's an upward parabola with vertex somewhere. Okay, so suppose this is an upward parabola. I'll just give you the hint how you can find out. So first of all, the axis of symmetry you have to find out. Right? Now what it says that the axis of symmetry. So P and Q are chosen on this curve. That means we have to choose points on this curve such that they are 2 units away from the axis of symmetry. So this is the point. So you have to choose 2 points in such a way that they are 2 units away. So if you find out the distance, I think that distance should be 2 units. Okay. So you can find out such a points by which are 2 units away from axis of symmetry, P and Q. And after those finding of those points, what is a point R? The point R is the intersection of symmetry with x-axis. That means this is our point R. So here we can form a triangle. And now we have to find out the height of triangle PQR taking PQ as base. So the height of triangle is, first of all, find out the equation of line for, okay, so first find equation of line PQ and then intersection point of axis of symmetry with this particular line. So now this will be our height of triangle. Okay, that's how you do. First of all, find the value of find the coordinates for P and Q. Those are 2 units away from axis of symmetry. So you can use this information for finding P and Q. After finding P and Q, find the point R, which is nothing but intersection point of axis of symmetry. That will be easy. Now after that, find the equation of line for line segment PQ. And now find the intersection point of axis of symmetry with this line. So whatever distance here you will get, that will be your height of triangle. Is the
Means
method is
suppose,
clear?
ma'am, suppose the axis of symmetry is 1, comma 9, then how you will find 2 units away?
2 units away, I think it's a distance from
X in X or in Y, both. I think Q have a 2 point X and Y, X comma Y. So
so what is
how
your
will
axis? What is the vertex coordinate? 1 comma 9,
1 comma
right?
1
So it
So
comma
will
we have
minus
be,
to
1 comma minus 9.
1 comma minus 9, right? So
it will be
here
plus 2 minus 2 on the X. So 1 plus 2 and
plus
1
2
minus 2.
minus 1 minus 2
1
only on
plus 2
x.
and 1 minus 2 on X.
In both we will add 2, 1 and minus 9.
No, no, no. Only
No,
X.
only in x-axis.
You
Because
have to
see, what is
substitute
the
an X
distance?
and Y to get in the equation to get the Y.
Oh, so in Y axis we will not add, only in X
Yeah.
axis.
Yeah. X you have to plus 2 minus 2. You'll get 2 points. On that x value, you have to substitute in x square minus 2x minus 8. You'll get two new y values. So those two will be the
Right. Yeah. So, correct. So what he wants to say is, suppose this is your parabola, this is your axis of symmetry. So what you will do, you'll find out 2 points with 2 unit distance plus with x coordinate, 2 unit distance plus with y coordinate, and then find the value of y with respect to here. So here you will get your P point and Q point. So you will get x coordinate of P by adding +2 or minus 2, and you will get x coordinate of Q by adding +2. Okay, here you will do -2 and here you will do +2 in x coordinate of your axis. That means 1,9. And with respect to this x value, find the y
Then I
value. That will
understand.
be the y
Thank you.
coordinate. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so any other doubt? Any other question which you guys want to discuss?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, Aditya.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, for the question number 11, I got the equation, but I am little bit confused that what does the x refers here?
So x represent the increase. Okay. So if the initial cost is 8, x says that you will add that thing. So whatever value of x you will get, okay. So the cost price will be 8 plus of that x. Okay. So this
Okay,
will be
ma'am.
your cost price. And for selling price, you will get 10 plus 2x. This will be your selling price for getting maximum profit.
Okay, so the x represents the increment of the rupees,
Right. Increment in the rupees in the cost price.
from which we can further find the new CP and SP,
Right.
and the maximum profit also.
Uh-huh.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. So I think so far we have discussed so many questions.
Ma'am, just can you take one question? Question number 22, I think.
Question
This
number
what we have to do. We have to find m plus n.
22.
23, sorry.
23. So what will be the value of m plus m if the sum of roots and product of roots of equation are 3 and 2 respectively? So what you will do, so sum of roots and product of roots is given, so you can explicitly find out the roots. So suppose I have 2 roots alpha beta. So sum is alpha plus beta is 3 and product alpha beta is 2. Right? So you can find out the value of alpha and beta using this expression. So your beta will be 2 by alpha. Substitute here, you'll get a quadratic expression, find the value of alpha, get the value of beta respect to that, and you'll get explicit expression. Compare that expression with this expression. Then you will get the value of m and n and m plus n. Okay. Any other doubt? Any other question?
I have a last doubt in question number 6. Can you give hint only?
Yeah, sure. Question number 6, right? So if f1 is this, let A be the set of all points inside the region by the curve representing f1 and its reflection f2 with respect to x-axis. So again, I told you, if the reflection is about the x-axis, the expression is nothing but just minus of f1.
Minus.
So, right. So let A be the set of all points, region enclosed by the curve f1. So again, it's an upward parabola. Minus 25 is there. So this is the f1. So this will be f2. Okay. So here is the region A. So with respect to x-axis, then choose the correct option. The cardinality of A is to A with the set of point inside the region by the curve. So I think cardinality of A is not finite. So A's cardinality is not true, not 4. So the y coordinate of the points in set A belong to the interval minus 5 to 25. Correct. So here the y coordinate will be minus 25 to 25. So this option is correct and it's closed although, because we know that y-intercept for f1 will be minus 20, so y-intercept for f1 will be minus 25 and y-intercept for f2 will be 25, right? Because f2 is what? Minus of f1, which is x square minus of x square plus 25. So it means y-intercept for f2 is 25 and y-intercept for f1 is minus 25 and A is the region enclosed between them. So that means the value of y can be vary from minus 25 to 25. Enclosed because we can get 25 and minus 25 too. Okay.
What is
And
the
x
difference
coordinate
between third and fourth option?
So the y coordinate open interval is there, right? So open interval means it won't include the endpoints. So minus 25 and 25 is not
Open
there in this
interval
option.
means?
It won't include the endpoints. For example, if I give you the open interval 0, 1, so it means that set of all real numbers where 0 strictly less than x is strictly less than 1. So this interval does not include 0 and 1.
Okay. Between the values is include.
And it says that inside the region bounded by the curve. So I think because of inside, they are not including minus 25 and 25. They are on the boundary of the region, but they are not inside the region.
Ma'am, there
that's
is a
why
difference
this
between
option.
bracket only.
Huh. So if this bracket is there, that means open interval means it is not including these 2 points. And since A is the set of all points inside the region, that's why we have to choose open interval, minus
Ma'am,
25
if
to 25.
there is another bracket, the in fourth option, then what that determine?
Means this one,
Yes.
it is including minus 25 and 25. So 25 is there in this close bracket.
Okay.
It's
And
an
the other
interval, right?
one, there is no 25.
There is, right.
Okay.
So since they are saying inside word, that's why they are excluding the points 25 and minus 20.
Okay.
Okay. Fine. So any other question? Any other questions? No.
So can we discuss that last option in the sixth question? X coordinates of the fifth one, I believe, since it's a closed interval, that is not the right answer. And the sixth one, x coordinates of the points in set A will be all
Will
real
be,
numbers.
Because f1 is quadratic function. So x coordinates of the points in a set A will be all real number. This reason is not that helpful
Yeah,
because
not
of f1.
okay. Got it. No, thank you.
F1. If x coordinate is there, then it's obviously a real number.
Right.
Okay. Fine. Any other doubt? Very big assignment, I guess. 23 questions. Okay, so if not, then we can wind up our session here.
Yeah, thank
Yeah. Thank you guys for joining. I'll go to some of the doubts from the chat. So
Thank you, ma'am.
yes, thank you guys for
Good
joining.
night, ma'am. Have a nice day.
Good night, everyone. Yeah, for qualifier, the syllabus is from week 1 to week 4. And okay, that's all, I guess. So thank you guys for joining. See you in the next session. Bye.